So this is the old Carter, and this kid broke the axle that's in there. So we're now trying to fabricate a new one. This is what's left of it. It was broken here, and they lost the other splined shaft. So I think I have to buy some axle material, and then I'll have to splice the two. I'll probably splice it over here, maybe here. We'll see what kind of lengths we got. Then machine it down to that size to fit into the little tri-joint dealio, and then weld it on for him. Well, looks like the Carter's got more problems that might have helped with breaking the axle. You know, we got one wheel with good bearings and one wheel that's just seized right up. I can't even turn it. So we'll have to get some wheel bearings for it. Hopefully it's the same as Hammerhead, because I should be able to get Hammerhead. So I got this big black weld-on hub here that I'm just not going to use, but the good thing about it is the tri-joint will sit flat against that and hopefully center itself on that crappy little ground on there, grind job as it were, and then I can tack weld inside the tri-joint and get this whole process started. I'm just going to weld it right to the axle. Axle stock was $100, and you know, cutting this in half, and then you got to keep the key joint, and it's just going to add up really quickly. And we know we can buy a new one for, well, a new used one for $1,700 that runs. So we're going to get this together for a couple $100 here. I got this shaft very lightly welded in there. I got to bring my high amperage buzz box to the city here to finish the inside. But this black piece is pretty much stuck on there now. You can see by my highly accurate measuring device, it's actually very straight on there. No wobbles at all. That's the extent of my axle shaft balancing. So, I think we got some slag in there. Okay, everything broke apart trying to get the weld-on flange off there, so we gotta give her again. And my highly accurate welding jig. Okay, we got it welded in 3 points this time in there. Again on my highly accurate test jig. Besides the bumps in the floor, looks pretty straight. So if we can get this weld-on flange off, I already broke it off a third time. Took some serious hammering even to get the thing off. After all that, you can see I've scored it with some looks like some welding slag fell down in there, and that's why the weld-on hub wouldn't come off. And so I'm gonna have to fill it with grease, I think, and do it a third time now. Alright, so we've resurfaced our tri-joint, filled that with grease. It's most certainly gonna burst into flames this time. Okay, big moment. See if it'll actually just slip off now without using the hammer. Gotta be gentle. It's all greased and it's all hot. In fact, it's too hot for me to even really touch. Oh yes. That has slid off enough. Now I have a grease problem. Gotta clean all that grease out of there. and I can weld the crap out of it. Just a quick check on my calibration equipment. It looks straighter than the floor. Pretty happy with that. I'm going to spot weld it 3 times around, 4 times around. Bring the steam cleaner in from the country, steam clean all that grease out, and do the full weld. It's as good as it gets there. So I'll weld it up about 5 passes or so. Got the welding cable hot. I love it when that happens. Lots of current. So I don't think I'm going to do another one. Just bring the arc welder down and drop the stick in old Smoky there. Get a nice weld inside. Extra 6,000 pounds of strength. And that should do her. Then we'll have to shorten up the bearings. Move the one bearing in a little bit. And you still have the flange or the spline on this side, so the sprocket and the disc can slide up there for future repairs. I got Fred working on getting a center axle for the hammerhead, and we can adapt that to the old Carter when this breaks. It should last a while, but I mean, if you broke that spline off, you'll probably break this spline off, even if you don't break my super weld. So he's looking for that, and bearings and several other things. I'm going to take the brake pads off now and the bearings, see if they're the same as hammerhead.